Welcome to the Aaron L Show, man. Today's show gonna be about Young Thug. Young Thug just did an interview a few days ago, man, and I'm just gonna give my insight on this interview and what was my perspective of the Young Thug interview. Young Thug, he basically just talked about the case, talked about his relationship with a lot of different people in the industry, and just talked about a lot of people that we know they names from social media. um and this is my 2 cents on it. For one, I feel like Young Thug, he been knowing these dudes for years, man. And Thug, he man, it's kind of hard because I kind of see where Thug coming from, because I got a street background, you know what I mean. And then when you talk about these cats you done ran with day in and day out, and y'all done bust moves together, got down together, done broke the law together, you know what I'm saying? You done won, lost together, bled and cried and sweat together, man. And then, a situation come about, where y'all get caught up on this RICO case or this RICO charges, man. And, some of these cats can't really hold, they fold under pressure, man, because they don't want to really do no time and they don't want to sit down. That's what really kind of come to it. But a lot of y'all got to understand, when you in this game and you around a lot of these cats that be running around portraying they real niggas and this, that, and the third, and niggas got pistols, and you know you probably done seen him bust that thing a time or two. Y'all done probably been in some tough spots, and he done got down, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you sitting behind the walls and you sitting on them bunks, man, and you talking to your girl, man, and you start thinking she cheating on you, and your mama crying and your kids want to see you and asking where you at, that affect a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? And Thug, he just, to me, it seemed like he genuinely was hurt. Some cats he really rolled with, you know what I'm saying? And then let alone, he done got put on a probation where he can't really even be around these cats no more. You know what I mean? He can't be around Gunna, a bunch of these cats that was on the case with him. Even if Gunna, because that's the one thing he's saying was Gunna took a plea deal and said that YSL was a gang. But, in return, he feel like, that hurt his case on the back end, because, part of what he was trying to do to win his case was say YSL wasn't a gang. Now they got a guy who we know ran with me saying YSL was a gang, and it threw his whole case in a loop. And I understand that. And he's saying, once Gunna did that, my lawyers and my team had to go in a different direction to try to beat this case for me. Gunna, but you got to look at Gunna perspective, which I ain't saying what Gunna did was right, but kind of look at Gunna perspective. What was his angle to get out? You know what I mean? He like, if you really look at how the play went down, Gunna said YSL was a gang, man. He came home on some paperwork with some stipulations. Now Thug at that time, Thug probably sat back and thought to himself, man, this fool just washed me. You know what I'm saying? You done said YSL was a gang, bro. You just done got out of jail, bro. I'm through. But let's fast forward to now. That really didn't hurt you like that, because you done came home. Yeah, you came home with a 20-year tail and a whole bunch of other stipulations, but you came home. So in the grand scheme of things, what Gunna said really, 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 truly didn't really hurt your case like that. But now I understand what Thug is saying, because it's a principle and morals. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to look at it, and a lot of y'all got to look at it like this. We know that Gunna and Thug is folks. We know that Gunna and Thug been knowing each other at least 10 years or better, because Thug said it himself. So we know that Gunna know more crimes you committed than just saying YSL was a gang. So yeah, he admitted that to get out of jail, but goddamn well what Gunna truly know. And what he truly know, he didn't say about you, bro. So at the end of the day, is Gunna a rat? Saying YSL was a gang, man. I mean, who did that get some jail time? Let's look at it like that, because when you talking about a nigga ratting, then you talking about a nigga told on somebody and got them jail time. That's what the definition of being a rat is. So let's look back at what Gunna said and what Gunna did and figure out who went and sat down off of what Gunna said. Because if nobody sat down off of what Gunna said, then how Gunna a rat? A rat is a nigga who point a nigga out or tell something that a nigga did and a nigga go to jail for it. You know what I mean? Not a motherfucker saying, oh yeah, that nigga did shoot at that nigga, but the police never come arrest you. You never do a day in jail. They don't even come talk to you about it. But this nigga a rat. How this nigga a rat and you ain't never been in jail? Come on, man. Thug, you beat the charges that they said Gunna said YSL was a gang. You beat that shit. You got your jail time from the shit they found in your house. You admitted that yourself. So what Gunna said didn't get you no jail time. So I don't really see how you point the finger at Gunna like that when Gunna didn't get you no jail time. How you mad at the nigga, bro? He did what he had to do to come home and it didn't even cost you no jail time. You know, now Lil Woody is straight rat. But Lil Woody admitted a lot of shit he did, but I'm looking at Lil Woody shit. Who Lil Woody told on that's sitting in jail because of Lil Woody? Or Lil Woody just told on some shit, but nobody went to jail? I don't know, man. We gotta put a new definition behind this rat shit, cause I know I'm a little older than them cats. And you know, I come from the old school, man. You know, I entered the game around 93, 94, 95. You know what I mean? And when we was talking about rats and niggas snitching, we was talking about a nigga who told on you and you went to jail for it. You know, this new age shit, I ain't know a nigga could tell on you, you don't do no jail time and he a rat. I don't know, man, but what I will say is Thug is genuinely hurt. You know, and I'm gonna make another video because it's some stuff that I've been kind of peeping with Thug that has nothing to do with the case, but it has something to do with the music. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make another video about that next, and I'm gonna really talk about that because I don't think nobody is really paying attention to it. But I'm gonna kind of put it out there, and I think I'm gonna be one of the first people on YouTube to kind of put it out there. But I just want to put my 2 cents on it. You know, Thug say Lil Woody a rat. I'm not for sure who went to jail behind some shit Lil Woody said. He say Gunna a rat. You know, saying YSL was a gang, even though he turned around and beat everything that was on the case that had to do with YSL being a gang, which was the RICO charge. That's how they brought the RICO charge up, because they turned around and said YSL was a gang, and that's what gave the RICO to make everything else they felt YSL was doing was a gang activity. That's what causes the RICO. But in reality, the RICO charges Thug beat. So I don't get how the fuck, you know, if a nigga told on you, a nigga, see, this is what you gotta realize, and this is what I know for a fact, that a motherfucker said ain't, motherfucker said is. But this is what I'm gonna say right here. When somebody tell on you, bruh, the DA and the judge get him a deal for telling on you. Tell me, am I right or wrong? They give him a deal for telling on you. When they give him a deal for telling on you, they make sure they get on a stand and make the case stick. Come on, bro. When the cat tell on you, it ain't no wiggle room out this case. Because the stuff they telling on you for, they going to make sure it's rock solid evidence with that person going, you did this, that, and the third. And the jury is going to hear that and convict you of that. Because that's an eyewitness with firsthand account of your activities. And they just said, confirmed that you did this and you did that and you did this and you did that. So at the end of the day, Gunna didn't get you convicted on nothing. So how Gunna a rat? I don't get it. You know, and he really spilling his heart out, talking about, man, he hurting. We supposed to be brothers and this, that, and the third. But, bro, you ain't did no jail time. You know, you talking as if you just came home from doing a 30 ball. Gunna sent you to jail for 30 years and you can't believe it. Come on, bro. You got wrapped up because y'all was moving ass backwards. Gunna probably didn't even draw the attention of y'all like that. You drew the attention to y'all. Having Lil Woody and all them other niggas around you busting moves and busting at niggas and whooping niggas and doing all what y'all was doing out there. And then y'all get hot. Gunna get wrapped up in it because he associate with y'all. And then to get out of jail, he got to say YSL a gang. Come on, man. Y'all was throwing all this up, bro. Every time we see y'all on the camera, man, you know what you was representing. Don't try to sit there and act like he told something they didn't know. Come on, bro. He told what they already knew so he can get out of jail knowing it wasn't going to hurt your case. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? So this is my 2 cents on the Young Thug interview, man. It was a great interview. Like they say, it's probably one of the best interviews since Cat Williams. I believe it's one of them interviews that really ain't getting super views right now, but I think as it started to circulate, I think the views gonna just start to skyrocket. So that's why I'm putting my video out, man. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is the Aaron L Show. I'm trying to build my subscribers. Please, please, please subscribe to the channel.